Hello, my dears. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you guys today? So, I think you guys know how I work, but I like to explain just a little. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I describe the picture the best way I can. They never waste a message. So if you don't understand it now, keep it in mind. You'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, oh, I know what she's talking about. So this is not an exact science. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. We communicate the best way we can. So you just have to kind of keep all that in mind. They tell us what we need to know, not always what we want to know. So we're gonna talk to Blaine today. Okay, she is actually writing in. Now this is a strange looking thing, so I don't know if she had a toy like this or a cartoon like this. First it looked like a huge bumblebee with huge. First I thought it was a butterfly. I thought she was writing a butterfly. Then it looked like she was writing pig with wings. And then for a second, I thought it looked like a big bumblebee. So I don't know if she had cartoons like this or toys like this or something, but she's floating in, actually writing on the back of this cartoon-looking thing. And I know that may sound strange, but just think about maybe one of her toys or something that she had. And she will try to validate that it's her somewhere along the way. So she comes over here and she jumps off of it. She's jumping up and down. She's throwing her arms up and she's going, look at me, mommy. Look at me. Look at me. I can jump again. Look at me. And as I'm looking at her, her hair is growing. It's growing, 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 very, very, very long. So she's making a big point out of showing she's got her hair. She says, I can have it any length I want it to be up here. So she's making it actually so long it's touching the floor. She's having fun with it. I can be what I want to be. And I'm beautiful. And now she's showing herself, instead of angel wings, she's got butterfly wings. And they look like a monarch butterfly. That color, it may not make any difference. It's like she's figuring out she can do all these different things up there because she doesn't have that heavy, crappy body anymore. We can be what we want to be. So it's like she's switching from one thing to the other to the other. She goes, I'm going to try this for a minute. I'm going to try that. This is fun. I like this. And I know that might be hard for people down here to understand that don't know about this woo-woo stuff. But she's having a blast with it. She's putting on a pair of shoes. Hang on, I don't know what she's doing. Okay, she's showing herself holding a doll. The doll has a plastic head. I don't see any hair on the doll, but I do see a little white bow. Looks like it's glued on the plastic head. The doll appears to be wearing some kind of pink outfit. And she's loving this doll. She's looking at it with so much love. Don't know if somebody gave her a doll like this, or maybe she took this doll with her. And I'm asking her something. Okay, hang on just a second. She's switching. Hang on. Alright, she's showing herself laying on her side in her hospital bed. And her eyes are closed. But she's going, I hear you, Mommy. I hear you. I hear you. I promise. I promise I will. I promise. I hear you, but you don't think I hear you. And then she keeps going, knock, 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 knock. So you should hear it like at least 3 taps. Could be on your wall, could be in your vehicle, doesn't matter where it's at. That's going to be one of her signs to you that she's around, or she's popping in to say, hey, I'm here, I love you. And usually, not always, but usually when we're in the deepest part of our grief in the beginning, it's the hardest to get signs. Don't know why, makes no sense to me, because that's when you really need them. But it's kind of like our deep grief blocks it out. She says, I promise and I love you too. And she was saying grandma's here, but she doesn't mean her grandma. She means a grandma that's on the other side. So I'm going to say it's one of you guys' grandma, and I'm talking to mom and grandma that are here. It's one of you guys' grandma that she sees, and that she didn't have to know her. She could have already been gone. Doesn't matter. She goes, grandma's here, and it's a good thing. She's come to collect me. She saw her. She knew she was there. She saw the big angel, and there's usually is one, at least one, sometimes more, standing behind the head of the bed. There's always one. I kind of call him a supervisor. Kind of make sure things go like they're supposed to. I can't quite see this grandma, so I don't know how to tell you which one it is. She was older when she left. Older than me. That's old. She's not letting me see her clear enough. Oh, she's showing her cheeks is real kind of plump, like almost like Mrs. Santa Claus, you know? Kind of the, anyway, the big plump cheeks. So I think that's how she's going to define who she is. And she was talking to Blaine. Blaine saw her. She talked to her. We don't have to talk. And maybe she might have babbled a little bit. So if she was babbling towards the end, it's because she was talking to them. There's also an older man who somehow has some kind of tie with this grandma. And he was standing in the background, kind of waiting. And the grandma said, it's time. And she said, I know. I'm ready. I'm tired. So even if her hand wasn't physically moving, this might just be her symbolizing how this worked. she kind of let go of Mom's hand, and she took that hand that she was hanging on Mom, and she might not have been doing it physically, and she reached up and she took Grandma's hand, which meant she was ready to let go and go with them. And as soon as she grabbed, I hope I don't cry during this. As soon as she grabbed Grandma's hand, it's like her whole body was shining. Not her physical body, her spiritual body. It was like all these little rays of light are shooting out of it, like a glow that extends out. Kind of like when people draw a sun, and they have all the little jagged edges of the, kind of like that, but not quite as cartoonish. And she's carrying a doll with her. I don't know if she had one with her when she left, but I can't see what it is because she's walking away. She's showing me walking away, but I can see this little doll poking up out of her arm, or kind of over her shoulder. And she's walking that way with Grandma, and the man is waiting for them. And she says, "Now what do we do?" And Grandma says, "Come with me and I will show you." She says, "I heard you, Grandma." Did not have to physically be there for me to hear you. And I tell people all the time, we not only have these ears, we have telepathic ears up here. We can literally talk without opening our mouth. And I have talked to a physical live person sitting right in front of me, and no words were spoken. And the only reason I know that I actually did that is because we were being videotaped at the time. And when I went back and watched it, I said, "Oh my gosh, those words are not on the tape." So you don't have to talk to her out loud. And I promise you 1,000% she can hear you, she can see you. So talk to her all you want to. She can hear you. Don't worry about holding her here. She can go wherever she wants. She says there was no pain. She says, she's talking about when she first left, she said it's like being on a morphine high. I don't know if they gave her morphine. She said it's, now, and I'll be a little graphic because I figured this is what you paid for. This is what you want to know. But as soon as she grabbed Grandma's hand, she said it's like being on a morphine high, only higher than any high you could possibly experience down here. I went through hell, but I came out on the other side where I belong. I went home. But I'm not gone. And she's talking like a big girl. I don't remember how old she is, but she's talking like a bigger girl. Like very intelligent, very smart, very knowing. She says she came here to teach all of you something. I don't want to say this yet. I don't know if I should say this yet. I'm not sure. Like she's a higher up. She was a higher up before she came here. She's a higher up. She came here to teach all of you something. So when you can, sit down and think, what did I learn from this? What did I learn from her? The experiences we learn from the best are the ones that kick our ass the hardest. Those are the ones that hurt. Those are the ones you remember. Now she wants me to explain, before we come here, this is what they taught me, is we already have a predetermined exit point. And it could be when you're 1 day old, could be when you're 100 years old. The line can waver a little bit depending on what's going on around us, but it will be in a certain time frame. So this was her time frame to go. There was one of the reasons she hung on a little longer than maybe she should have was there was something somebody around needed to experience, needed to learn. Somebody around her needed to get right with their heart. And she was waiting for that. Somebody, I know I'm not talking about one of you two, I don't think. Somebody else needed to get right with their heart. And it was her job to teach them. And I know that sounds weird to people that don't do my kind of work, but I totally understand it. She says, look, I can even change the color of my hair now. She says, okay, at first, she's going to kind of give you the hospital smell, which, ooh, I wouldn't like that myself after an experience like this. But that's the way she's going to let you know it's her. She says she will change it later. I think she's talking to Mom right now. You'll get a little whiff of the hospital smell, which would not be a good memory, so hopefully she doesn't hang on to that too long. But you can be in your car, in Walmart. Both of you may get it, but you can be outside. It doesn't matter. You get that little whiff. Make sure you validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, ask her to bring you more. Give her permission to bring you more if you want more. And she's going back to that monarch butterfly. So you're going to have monarch butterflies. Everybody knows butterflies are a sign, but the monarch butterfly, so you could see it on Facebook, you could see it one land on your windshield and sit there, or you can see it on TV. It doesn't matter. You can see it walking through Walmart. There may be a fake one laying on the floor as you're walking through there. Any place like that. She says, I will live on in your hearts. I will. I know you all love me, but I needed to go. It's the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it works. And that's what she said. I don't like it myself, but oh, okay. This is for Mom, but I think it could be for Grandma too. I keep hearing this low lullaby type singing. I cannot hear the words. I can't tell what the tune is, but it's like this real low lullaby singing, real soft, real sweet. And you may not hear it with these ears. It might be popping in here all the time. So know that as her singing to you, singing back to you like you used to sing to her. She's going to come to you when you're sleeping, and she's going to give you a kiss right here as you're asleep. Somehow you will know that. It'll either come as a dream, which I don't see it as a dream, but somehow you're going to wake up and you're going to know that she had been there and given you a kiss there. It could feel like a pin sticking you, even though you're asleep. You could feel really hot. I don't know for sure how you're going to know if you're really asleep, but somehow When you wake up, you're going to know that she had been there to give you a kiss on the cheek while you were sleeping. She says, please don't cry for me. I'm not hurting anymore. I was tired of the needles. But look at me dance now. And then all of a sudden she goes, "Ooh," and she's dancing all over. Trying to get her to give more signs. Okay, so she says, I will always, always be popping in to check on you. Always. We don't leave. You're not holding me here. I can go where I want. You're going to know I've been around when the next one comes along. I don't know what she means by the next one comes along. Okay, so she got real quiet, and so I asked my helper. I said, we need some help here. So he kind of pulled her back here, and she reached up and she grabbed my earlobe and she kind of tugged on it. So you should feel that. Even if you don't feel the physical tug, you could feel like a pressure on your just your left earlobe, or at least they're showing the left. It could just one earlobe at a time. And it get hot. It could be like pins. It could be like just hot. It could be like something irritating the hell out of you right there. It depends on how you're going to feel the energy. I don't know. And especially right now, it's harder for you guys to feel it. That's just the way it works. Okay, so she's over here in my left ear and she's going, mommy, 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 mommy. So she's trying to get you to hear her. So you should hear that in one ear at a time. And it may sound like muttering. It may sound like whispering. You may not be able to understand the words at first. The more you relax, the easier it comes. She thinks it's cool where she's at. She said, this is pretty cool. And then she looks at me and she said, you can really see me. I said, yes, I can see you. But she's got a lot of hair. She wants you to know that she's healthy. She wants you to know that she's bright and shiny and vibrating. Don't be jealous. I'm your angel now. Their energy makes me itch. Please don't be sad for me. Be happy for me. It was time to give up. Celebrate me. All right, she's showing a balloon, but it's like she's standing there, and then this balloon comes by, and it doesn't quite get to her, and it goes up. So I don't know if you guys are thinking about releasing balloons for her, because I've never seen them show it this way. So usually they show themselves catching it. So I'm guessing you're thinking about doing it. So it hasn't quite got to her yet. There's my charades. That's where you got to think outside the box a little bit. It's just the way we communicate. I have been around, Mommy. You're just not ready to accept it yet. She says, Grandma, you were my strongest supporter. She did it like, boom, you were my strongest supporter. I knew I could count on you. Don't be sad for me. Now she's showing she's got butterfly wings, but they're like they're more like fairy wings, but they're kind of like the ones like you get at Halloween that are real cheap, and they're white and they're clear, kind of almost transparent, that you just kind of strap on little kids. That's what she looks like she's wearing now. It could be light pink. They're pretty light colored anyway, and they're kind of transparent. It looks like they have a little design on them, so I don't know if this is something she wore on a Halloween or if she's just showing her different things she's playing with. But they're more like fairy wings than angel wings. Now she says Pocahontas, and she has a headband with a feather in it. She's playing. So she's still got that little girl energy, even though there for a minute she showed herself as a much higher being. So right now, this is what she's evolved to right at this moment. Don't forget I love you. I hear you. I promise you I hear you. I don't think she's going to do a whole lot of signs except for the ones that she's already shown. I'm trying to get her to tell me some more that she's been doing, but she's not. It's her ball game. It's her show. She knows best. She says that's what she has for now. So at some point, a little later, after a little time, more time has passed. I thought she was going to show me something else, but I can't see it. After a little more time has passed, we can do this again. And it'll probably come through a whole lot more clear, a whole lot, probably more information. Right now, she's just being a little girl and having fun with her new energy and the things she can do. So she will be quite lively in your house. She says, in a lot of people's houses. She will be quite lively. She will be popping in and out a lot. Oh, Grandma says, time for you to go. Let's go. We got things to do. Things you need to learn. So they're leaving. Much love to you guys. I cannot imagine what you've gone through. Cannot imagine. And hopefully I never have to experience it myself in the way you guys have. Much love to you. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. See you later.